Hello, my lovelies, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Kemi. And I believe you guys know me already, but just in case you do not know me, right? For my new subscribers, my name is Kemi and I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I sometimes create content about lifestyle, how to settle in Canada. Even sometimes I interview some people that can assist those who want to relocate to Canada. So if you love something like this, or if this is something that interests you, stay back, relax, okay? Finish watching this video and then go back to watch some of my previous videos, because trust me, you're gonna find something that interests you. And to my returning subscribers, you know, I have a special way of addressing you guys. Hope you guys are okay. Oh, all right. So today, I'm going to be talking about something both interesting and serious. It's a very serious matter, but at the same time, well, let's just talk about it, okay? I'm talking about the biggest money mistakes, or should I just say the biggest financial mistakes you can make here in Canada, either as a newcomer, even or someone that has been in Canada for a while, okay? So if that is something you want to know about, or that's something you want to learn more about, then stick back to the end of this video. Most importantly, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and drop a comment in the comment section, because I love to read from you. All right, thank you. So welcome back, guys. Like I said earlier, today we're talking about the biggest money mistakes you can make as a newcomer or as a resident of Canada generally, okay? So I have my notepad here as usual, because I've written down some points. First, before I continue, let me give a disclaimer. Please note, I am not a financial consultant, right? In fact, I did not study finance and accounting in school in any way. But in the past month of being here, I have spoken to a couple, or I've also interviewed a couple, maybe two to be precise, financial consultants, or that based here and have been here for a long time, and they've been doing this work when it comes to financing, investing, you know, advice, generally financial advice. And I've also attended a couple of seminars or workshops myself that has to do with finances in Canada. So information from here and there, also from my own personal research and experience, then I'm able to put together these points I have for you, okay? So I've been able to gather as many points as I can, which I am now sharing with you. It's possible that this list is not exhaustive, right? That it doesn't include everything. Maybe I've missed out something, but I've tried as much as possible to cover everything I can. So in case I've missed out something, please drop it in the comment section if there's something else and then we can all read about it, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about, which is like so right now, this is in no particular order, okay? So I'm just listing it as I have it in my notes. So the first thing, guys, is not saving or investing. Now I know when it comes to investing, first of all, people are like no thank you, right? Because there's been a lot of scam, especially with investments. When you say you put money in this, you get those ridiculous. Firstly, you even know when an investment is going wrong, right? But the good thing is that even here in the banks, you have investment bankers or something like that in your bank. So maybe you bank with RBC, you bank with TD, you can book an appointment with an investment banker, right? Or you even have private, like some of the people I've interviewed, right? The last two interviews I did with a financial consultant, they also offer investment advice. So the thing is that you need to speak with the right person, right? The right person to let you know what to invest in. For someone like me that does not know any single thing about investment, it's just best for you to speak to someone who has studied the market, who knows what sells best in Canada, for them to introduce you to investment. Now, speaking of saving, I recently learned about something called tax-free savings account. Guys, this is your way to go. For someone like me who is maybe like a safe person when it comes to investment, I mean, they call it, is a conservative investor, right? And I learned that there's something called tax-free savings account. Yes, tax-free savings account. It's catchy, right? Yes. So if you're someone who maybe you're planning for short-term goals, you want to save for 6 months, you want to save for your mortgage, you want to save for a car, you want to save, then tax-free savings account is the way to go for you. Please reach to your bank, get more details about tax-free saving account, get more details about the interest that is going to come up to you, and then just put your money somewhere, right? Don't do like the old school method of colo. No, put your money where it's going to be bringing back proceeds for you. Don't just lock it up somewhere. I hope that makes sense to you. The second money mistake that you can do is not negotiating your salary, especially or your wages, your income. When you apply for a job and congratulations, you've been selected, they're now beginning to talk about, or whatever stage it is that you're talking about money. One very important thing that I have learned, one very, 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 very golden rule that I've learned is that don't just stop at what you're offered. Try your best, right? It might work, it might not work. They might say, oh no, that's what we have. They might say, oh yes, we can actually go a lot higher. If you're someone who is like, you're in a field that is very competitive, you're someone who values what you do, you're so confident in yourself that no, what they are offering me is lower compared to, what I can offer. Speak out. That's one thing I've learned here. You actually have to speak. If you do not speak, if you do not ask, they're going to think you're okay with it. That's one thing, that's one very major thing I've learned here. So first you have to speak. Speak in every situation. Speak, open your mouth. There's this saying that, I don't know where the saying came from, that an open mouth is an open destiny. I don't know if that makes sense. But then the point is that when you speak, when you ask that, okay, yes, I know you're offering me so, but can we negotiate? It might not even be negotiating on your salary. It might be negotiating on, can I come in maybe just 3 days in a week and then I do 2 days remote? Just speak up. So also when it comes to money, speak up, okay? Talk, open your mouth to your banker, speak up, especially when it comes to money. Ask questions. When it comes to your credit card, ask questions, okay? So the third thing I want to talk about is not opening an RRSP account. Yes, an RRSP account. I don't know if you've heard about an RRSP account, but now this has to do about saving for your children's future, saving for your children's tomorrow, right? So RRSP account is so guys, for RRSP, you have to take advantage of the very year that you arrived in Canada. Now, this is why I've said so. RRSP account is called Registered Education Savings Plan, and it is an opportunity or an avenue where the government has allowed people to save towards their children's future. And you know what? The juicy part is that the government is actually going to match up to 20% of whatever you save, okay? So why do you want to lose that opportunity to, maybe save for your children's future, or maybe just plan for their future, so that you know that, okay, their education is gradually coming out of the way, and guess what, you can save up to like 50,000 per child for their future. So I think I have a practical example here. So it says here that the government is going to match up to 20% of your RRSP contributions. So let's say, for example, you save 2,500 in your RRSP account. The government will contribute the yearly maximum of $500. So why do you want to lose the advantage? And for every year you lose, right, you lose money. So let's say, for example, you arrived in Canada maybe August, and then you do not open the account immediately. For that year, maybe you're saying, you see this childcare money I'm receiving, let's use it to settle ourselves first, because you've actually lost the savings you can receive from government that year. And the good thing is that it really doesn't matter the amount you decide to put in there every month. It's your plan. It's you who would choose, okay, so I want to put $100 every month, I want to put $200 every month. So you should be financial wise to put away some money from the childcare benefits you receive, right, into their RRSP plan. Okay, so that's one very big mistake you can make, not opening an RRSP account for your child, because there are some people that are still suffering for this, or there are some people that are not going to school, right, because they say, okay, there's no money for school and all of that. But the government has thought ahead that, okay, we don't want to have a population of uneducated children. We don't want to have a population of uneducated youth. So they've devised a plan. The good thing about it is that for RRSP, there are also grants, right? You can receive grants, some additional money that comes in. Guys, read more about this. Contact your bank or whatever agency you want to go with to open an RRSP account for your child today. If you are watching this today, you are in Canada and you have not opened an RRSP account, Go and do that now. Yes, I'm talking to you. Do that now, okay? All right, guys. So the next thing I want to talk about is not using your credit wisely. Guys, this one, not using your credit card wisely. Yes, not using your credit card wisely. You know, it's so funny how you arrive here and the first thing that is dangling at your face is you need to get a credit card, you need to get a credit card. You go into Superstore, they have a credit card. You go into Walmart, they have a credit card. Amazon has a credit card. Everyone has a credit card. And you're like, okay, so why not, right? You have to be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful, because they are in for you, right? Because if you're someone who is not financially responsible, right? You're not someone who is able to manage finances wisely, you are going to be in trouble. I've heard that there are people who have been here for 20-25 years. They are still paying debt that they made here that they arrived in Canada. So this is what I've learned. This is what I've heard. For example, you get your credit card statement every month. There's a minimum balance and there's an actual amount that you spent. Some people make the mistake of paying just the minimum balance every month, and then the remaining balance, interest accrues on it, and then the next one they pay just the minimum balance, and then they keep carrying it forward. The good thing is that, or the standard practice is that, you spend and then you replace. Whatever you spend, you replace it in full, right? So at the end of the statement, or at the end of your credit card cycle, you get a balance of how much you're supposed to pay. Pay that money in full, because the moment you do not pay that money in full and you pay your minimum balance, then there is going to be an interest accrued on that. If the next month you decide to pay your minimum balance again, and then the cycle continues and continues, and before you know it, you are in everlasting debt. And there's one thing I've learned, right, that all these things stays on your records, right? It stays on your record. So why do you want to not pay the money that you owe? You know, I come from a country where we have this mentality. In fact, when I arrived, we had this mentality that I don't want to owe, I don't like to owe, so I pay what I use, right? But then it brings me to the next point that says, the biggest mistake you can make is not having a credit card. It's funny, right? While it's not good for you not to have a credit card, and at the same time, you have to know how to manage your credit card. So the reason why I said it's also a mistake, or is going to be a big mistake for you not to have a credit card, is because you also need a credit card for your credit score to be your credit history, right? Because if you want to access some facilities, maybe you want to buy, for example, your own house. Maybe after 5 years in Canada, you want to buy your house, or after 2 years, after 3 years, right? You want to buy a car. What they are going to check again is that same credit history. So they want to know how you have been spending the money that has been, allocated to you. Maybe you have a credit card with a limit of 2,000, right? I know for my bank, when we first arrived, the limit on our credit card was 2,000. Now, when they evaluate your credit worthiness, when they evaluate how good you are in spending, how prudent you are in spending, and how easily you replace your money back, guess what, guys? They continue to increase your credit limit. So from 2,000, they say, okay, you have 3,000 on your credit card, you have 5,000 on your credit card, and then before you know it, they keep increasing 10,000, all of that. So the only way they're able to increase that money is because they see that you're spending and you're replacing it back. And then when the time comes and then you need to assess something really big in future, they check back and they see that, oh yes, this person is a good has a very good credit score, and this person is credit worthy. So yes, you have to get a credit card, but then you still need to know how to manage your credit card wisely, not maxing out your credit card. In fact, it is a standard rule, or it is advisable that you do not use more than 35% of your credit card limit, or of your credit card allocation. Let's say your credit card has allocated you, your credit card company or your financial institution has accredited or has credited you 2,000 for your credit. Don't use more than 35% of that. Let's say it happens, maybe you need to buy something in the store that's going to go above 35%. If you have money in your checking account, replace it immediately. It's just, it's just given, right? Okay, so the next one I want to talk about, but before I talk about the next one, have you liked this video? Have you? No, as you can see, I'm not smiling. Have you? Why? Tell me why. I've been talking since I have not liked this video. Why? please like this video, okay? Subscribe, turn on post notifications, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know if I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, say you are making sense, my sister. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is taking payday loans. Payday loans, that is, yes, you know what I mean by payday loans, right? I remember back in Nigeria we had a lot of these payday loans, right? Bank will be dangling it in your face. In fact, they will send you unsolicited emails and unsolicited text messages, right, that you can get payday loans and all of that. If you hear payday loan, run. I personally do not like it. I do not subscribe to it, because that means you're already spending money before your pay comes. That is, maybe you're gonna get paid at the end of the month, and before the month comes, you've already it's just avoid it, right? I don't know what else to say. Avoid payday loans. It can put you in debt, in everlasting debt. So avoid payday loans, guys. What happens if you get a payday loan and then you lose your job? We hope that never happens to anyone. But what happens before the end of that month? You lose your job and then you can't pay back the loan, and then interest. Guys, don't even. It's a cycle of debt, rolling over and rolling over debt. So please just avoid it, okay? Another thing I want to talk about is not having a budget. So usually I'm someone who has a notepad where I write what I want to buy for next month. When I get my pay, this is what I'm going to write. This is what I want to spend on. Remove my tithes, because I'm a Christian. I believe in paying tithes. That's a debate for another day. You know, yes, I pay my tithes. Okay, this is not bragging, but I'm just a Christian, and I feel that's what I should do. Okay, let's go back. All right, guys, not having a budget. Budgeting is very important. I found that here that budgeting is very, very important. Why? Because if you do not budget, you're just gonna spend the money you do not have. You have it at the back of your mind that, okay, for this month, when I receive so I know how much I'm receiving. It's a good thing here that you already check. You get your pay stub, right, before the day you're going to be paid, maybe 2-3 days, or sometimes maybe a day before you're going to be paid. So that day when you get your pay stub, highlight it. Okay, this is my money for tithe, this is my savings. Most importantly, guys, save. Even if it is out of, you get paid $1,000, even if it's $100, save. It is very important. You find, just put money away for emergency, right? Budgets. Okay, this is what I want to spend on taking care of myself for this month. Maybe I want to get this cream. I want to get something for my face. I want to get I want to make my hair. This is how much to my internet. Just, allocate it. Put also money for miscellaneous. Maybe something goes out of way, something goes wrong. Just put a budget to it. That way you know what you're spending, and if you're spending something out of the ordinary, that way you're able to keep track of it. Okay, it is very important, guys, here that you have to budget. If you're someone who has not been budgeting, you agree with me that you just spend money on what you should not be spending on. So budget. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is missing your bill payments. Guys, bill payments, never miss it. In fact, never, if it is possible for you, you know what, just sign up for auto debits. Yes, I say sign up for auto debit because if you're someone who usually forgets things and you say, oh no, I forgot to pay my phone bill, never. And the easiest thing for you to forget is maybe your phone bill or your internet bill. You feel like, oh, that one I should remember. If you know you're someone who forgets, or you don't want to sign up for auto debit, just set up an alarm. Your phone is there. What is it doing? Which work is your phone doing? Your phone is just for picking calls, right? Set up different alarms at every time of the month when you're supposed to pay this bill, pay that bill. I listened to someone recently who said that your defaulted payment, or when you default on a payment, it stays on your record for 6 years. And then she gave an example of someone who, wanted to access a service, and then she found out that she didn't pay one internet bill 6 years ago, or she forgot to pay it, something like that, or she paid it maybe like 2 weeks late, right? And then she's trying to access something, and then they say, okay, something happened 6 years ago. And she was like, what? I can't even remember. Like, I've even forgotten about it, right? So please, guys, do not be I think there's always, maybe there might be a grace of maybe 24 hours or so, but always set an alarm or set a reminder, set an auto debit, anything that keeps you on top of your bills. And bills includes phone, internet, water, hydro, what have you. Maybe you got a loan to buy a laptop, you got a loan to, never miss your bill payment. This is a golden rule for you, okay? And then one more thing is what, and the final one. But before I talk about the final one, this is just a reminder for you to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. The goal is to reach 10,000 subscribers at the end of the year. Yes, at the end of this year, 2023. So please help make this come true. Also, don't forget to like me across my other social media channels. I'm going to be linking them in the description box. Please check them out and like me also, okay? And follow, subscribe also, okay? And the very last one, but not the least, is about taxing. And I put this in one: not filing your tax on time and not disclosing all sorts of income. Guys, here, you cannot beat the system. Maybe you've been doing it where you're coming from. You've been evading tax. You've been running away from tax. Guys, this one can land you in jail, in the cell, in the prison yard. Do not what? Do not lie on your tax. Do not cover up your income. Do not say, okay, no, this one is not. Disclose your tax. Disclose your source of income. File your tax in time, because if the law catches up to you, it's gonna be a lot of trouble for you. It can land you in jail. It can land you a huge fine, right? And also just a tip, right? A very useful tip when it comes to taxing, right? If you're in Canada, you make donations to your church, you make donations to charity. I believe whatever church you go to, they're going to give you a tax receipt, right? For my church, right, I attend a Redeemed church. At the end of the year, right, for the end of the year, when it was time to file tax, they gave me a receipt which allows me to get some sort of rebate back from the government. It's a good thing, right? You're donating to God, or you are donating to a church, you're donating to a cause, but then the government still gives you back some percentage of that. So that tells you that never lie on your taxes, never try to be smart. I have a video that talked about taxing in Canada. It's going to be up here in the cards. Please check out that video, okay? Learn more about it. The video was very, very explanatory about taxing in Canada. I also have a video on credit card system in Canada. It's also going to be here. Please check that out, okay? It's going to be very useful for you. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it has been useful for you. I hope you've learned one or two things from this video. If you have, do me well now, subscribe. If you haven't, subscribe. Thank you. All right, so till I see you guys again another time, I say bye for now.